wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
Alright, and in 3, 2, 1, welcome ladies and gentlemen to episode 95 of the Prehistoric Podcast, part 7 in our 12 podcasts of Christmas. As always, I'm one of your hosts, FRAN'S Nation.
I'm Andrew Soros Claus.
I'm Frank the Tank.
And today, we have a very special guest with us today, very near and dear to my heart. What's your name, dear?
The apple of Fran's eye.
Oh, wow, that was forward for somebody in your profession. Today we have on Amy. She's Scott. Her name is Scott. She's the producer of the show. She's a he, and depending on the day of the week.
Well, we wouldn't want to assume gender.
Certainly not, as we're still unaware of
They
that.
are.
They.
Our producer.
I use she, but
Oh,
They,
and she
you
identified.
identify it. That's good. That's good to know.
So, we're not going to pull this one out of a sock, because that's stupid.
Well,
Like, what would we have to do? We'd have to pull, I guess we pull a rum bottle and then a carton of eggnog out separately.
We're not
And then
doing that. We're not doing
We'd
that.
have to mix it, yeah. It would be ridiculous.
it really only worked for the first 4,
For the
5.
rest of them mixed drinks?
Yeah,
After
or
this?
Oh, I never frame myself up. I'm probably all right.
I mean, check quick.
No, I'm gonna go like this, and we're just gonna hope my head's not gonna. I'm sure I'm up. I'm no higher than you.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, you're perfect.
Look at that. Excellent.
Well, on the 7th podcast of Christmas, Prehistoric Productions drank for me 7 rum and eggnogs.
Hey! Oh, pretty good.
Last time we did this, we had our special guest Josh Packwood come down.
Goat.
Goat.
That was especially long.
We drank 66 of them instead of 7 or 4 or whatever we decided to do.
So what, like,
Or aren't you pouring?
if we drank 66 of them, like, how many bottles would that be equivalent to
Like, what do you mean bottles?
of rum?
No, we drank a 66 of rum.
We drank one
Oh.
bottle, which was a
66
66-ounce bottle.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And that, what's that bottle like?
That is a 40.
That's 40.
40 ounces.
Thank you,
So
sir.
for those of you who don't know, alcohol generally comes in 4-sized bottles. A Mickey 26, 40, 66. Colloquially, there's known as ounces, U.S. fluid ounces.
What's a big guy?
Is a Texas Mickey. The metric equivalent is, I'm sorry, Andrew, what is a Mickey? 375 milliliters?
That sounds correct.
Yeah, 375 mils.
I'm so good. 375. A 2.6 is 750 milliliters. A 40 is 1.14 liters, or 1,140 milliliters. And a 66 is 1.46 liters, or 1,460 milliliters. A Texas Mickey is 3 liters.
Texas Mickeys are scary.
You get.
Okay.
It's cheaper to buy 366s than a Texas Mickey, and you get almost a whole another 60 ounces.
Wait, did you just say 3? You said it's cheaper to buy 3
66s
sixes in a Texas Mickey.
than a Texas Mickey.
Oh,
Instead
sorry.
of, in lieu of.
And then, yeah, you get more alcohol. Yeah, you're right. Really?
Mhm.
Is that like pretty consistent?
Across the board,
most
pretty
things?
much like a.
A Texas Mickey, you're mostly paying for the bottle because it's a massive bottle. It costs
It's
a
a
lot.
not- it's a
Daniels,
novelty.
They do glass, like it's.
Oh, so they're all glass. All 66s or Texas Mickey.
You can
are
get
all glass.
really?
you can get a Texas Mickey of Crystal Skull vodka, so the skull thing.
Why the
for
fuck
four,
would you want vodka?
Because it's for $400. The Crystal Skull vodka.
Like for example, like
That's terrifying.
a 2.6
That's a
of
big ass skull.
2.6 of
I
Smirnoff
want to get it just for
vodka.
the
I think it's like $22, something like that. When a Texas Mickey is about $100, so like you can $60, you can get 360. Or sorry, a 2.6. A 66 is like $30, and I think the Texas Mickey is like 120 or something.
Yeah, Texas Mickey is banking big time on the this looks cool.
Yeah, it's the novelty of it. You get a pump with it, a little pump.
I would love to get the skull one just because it's a fucking massive skull and it looks awesome.
That's weird. It's like all the rest because the one is supposed to be like kind of like the size of a human skull.
Right. Little tougher to make into an aquarium than you'd think. Try to do it with a Texas Mickey, not the skull one, of Smirnoff. And we even had like a bubbler in it and rocks, but it didn't work.
The fish died.
Yeah. And it was thoroughly rinsed out.
Yeah, you probably have to cut. It would be very tough to get the water to flow right. Like you'd have to cut. You probably have to cut the whole like nozzle part off, so that it's just like a rectangle.
Needs air. Couldn't get enough air in.
Skull might work. I don't know.
The makers of Crystal Skull I saw today now make alien vodka, alien head, and it's an alien. Instead of a skull, it's an alien head.
Is it like an? Is it an
Tinted.
alien head or is it like a? Is it a skull?
No, it's
like an alien skull.
No, it's like an alien head. Alien head. Looks really cool, and the vodka's green.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's Crystal Head Vodka is part owned by Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, he was a founder. Did he help found it too?
found it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Amy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
What should I say?
Where are you from? How old are you? What are you studying?
I'm from East End. I'm studying education, elementary.
And what? Your 4th year.
Yes,
Yeah.
4th and final year.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
I'm very excited.
That's
What are you doing right now that's like crazy?
I'm in my internship, so I am teaching performance till Christmas.
And like the last 2 weeks you've been teaching full time.
Yep.
7 classes a day.
Yep, I'm like their teacher.
Yeah.
For 3
Full
weeks.
time.
Yep.
And how are you finding it?
Good. It's busy. Very busy. Prepping never stops. You don't sleep, but it's good.
That's
I imagine that's primarily because like this is like you haven't built up these resources yet.
Yeah.
So this is going to be how the workload is
I think
every subsequent year.
Yeah, the first like 2 or 3 years of teaching is like it straight, but then you start getting into it if you have the same class through.
right. That's the thing you could just change, or if you had to change.
Yeah.
Then that would
if you
really.
change, then it would restart all over again, pretty much.
But she was telling me that it's like it's not even like I thought it would be easier because like when I was thinking about it, I was like, after a while you just have a curriculum that you have built up, and then you just use that. You just be like you just use it whenever. But with the way that they teach now, it's way more like you try to like listen to the kids and try to fit things in as they come up instead of just
You
like
should.
Play
You
an
should.
is it play an exploration based learning? Is that I guess you're
I know.
probably beyond
That's-
that.
That's young.
pre-education. That's preschool.
No, experiential learning. That's something I try to adopt in my classroom. Like lots of activities and experiments and that kind of thing. But
Trying to be as hands on as you can.
yeah, ideally a teacher should be switching up every few years to keep their interest there. But I don't
I
know.
imagine that becomes pretty tough when you're not getting paid for a lot of the work you're doing, and
Yeah.
it's long
And
hours.
it's
And
yeah, it's a lot of work, but
do you feel like you're at the breaking point?
no.
already so done with teaching. Now we're gonna do something that I just invented.
Where's your
called-
hat?
Holy shit!
It's upstairs.
Holy fuck! Holy fucking shit!
You should scream like ah.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's like you being seen naked like without your hat.
I just got a haircut. That's kind of why I want to show it off. I like short. I'm getting shorter on the sides.
Did you just have a haircut?
Yes, you would never fucking notice.
No.
If I drove a goddamn freight train through the kitchen, you'd never notice.
I also got a haircut quite recently, but
Oh.
no one neither you said neither.
Usually you get your
I'm gonna go get my hat in a moment, but we're gonna play something I like to call that I just made up the Couples Lightning Round podcast, which means that every 3 to 7 minutes I'm gonna ask Francois a question about Amy. If he doesn't get the answer right, I'm going to pour a portion of rum into that glass, and you're gonna have to shoot it.
just rum.
Just rum.
What the fuck is going on?
We'll do rum and a little
It's a
bit.
game I just invented. It's called the Couples Lightning Round podcast.
Prehistoric. We'll do a little bit of the butter.
We're gonna start with something easy.
Oh no.
What's
Rum.
Amy's birthday? Oh, get the rum.
Oh dear.
We'll say you lose points.
Can I save him? By
Like, the
asking
further off you
what it would
are-
be for him.
What?
No,
Did you
no,
say my birthday?
No, you can't save him. This is purely torture for him. The closer you are, the less rum you drink.
So if you get the birth month right, you're closer. If you're like
She's a Cancer.
That doesn't help us. We're not here for Hocus Pocus. What is Amy's birthday?
I
Wow.
fucking hate everything.
Yikes.
You'll never forget again.
You see where the chips are now. Doesn't even remember her birthday.
It's the day I'm gonna get wrong.
I'm excited. What's
Well, give us the month.
No, I don't want to say.
You can't even give the month?
July. June.
No!
I actually think I remember. I might remember her birthday.
What's her
Really?
birthday? Or just well, you can't.
I
It
have a
doesn't
good
matter.
guess.
It doesn't matter.
I have a
if you
good
fucking
guess.
Get it wrong.
I have a good guess. I'm gonna guess, and if I'm close.
No. He got the month wrong. If you can get close to the day, we'll mitigate the amount of
What's
rum.
close?
Like within 5 days.
I hate this.
I think I know what it is. I've got a solid guess. If I get it before him, he automatically has to.
This is the worst day of my entire life.
I think it's
5,
June 23rd.
4, 3, 2, 1. Francois, what's your answer?
I can't. I just can't. I can't. I just know I can't. It's just gonna be wrong. Like 17 different days are hitting my head right now, and it's like, this is why this is right. This is why this is right. This is why this is right, and it's all wrong. It's all gonna be wrong.
We got to get so close.
How close was I, Amy?
Pretty close.
Wow.
Come on.
Because I remember the reason I know is because we were talking, and my son's birthday is June 27th, and we were talking.
Pretty good day.
Yeah, the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why
Oh,
I remembered it.
we
I
knew
knew it was
that
really
too,
close to,
because
Ju-
yeah.
to
That's
Drew.
funny. Yeah.
But I didn't think it was the same day.
Makes you feel better. I didn't know Drew's birthday either.
It doesn't.
I did because of the riot.
Was it during the riot?
You knew my birthday?
No, I knew Drew's birthday. No,
Oh.
God, no, Amy.
It's just one.
Saying like
question.
now, like I'm gonna get into like favorite toothpastes and stuff, and you haven't even got the birthday down. Prepare for intoxication. January 20th. I swear to God, I 25th. I always think it's the 25th, but it's the 20th.
Else?
Yeah,
I'll check right now.
I don't think she is on Facebook. Oh, she
How
might.
long have you been with her and you still don't know her birthday?
No, I know it's either the 20th or the 20th, but I'm pretty sure it's the 20th.
I don't know my mom's birthday. Like not even like. I
And
think
you
it's
guys been
September.
together fucking 25 years.
I think it's
Why
like
did it have to be
September.
so close to the start? Why? It just came and it went. Why couldn't it have been later?
I'll go
I'm
get
gonna
my.
kill myself.
I'll go get my hat. I'll be right back.
Oh, I hate myself.
You hate yourself today. A lot like yesterday.
I can't even look at you in the eyes. I feel so fucking bad right
When's
now.
Francois' birthday?
September 20th.
What are what
No
what
biggie.
what are the names of Francois' family? Like his immediate family.
Like you want all the siblings and the
Well,
parents.
Start with parents and then to siblings.
She wouldn't know anybody else.
Andrew, why don't you ask us a question?
And then Stefani and Renee.
What about Francois? What are the names of Amy's
He
fa-
would
family?
know the siblings.
No, like the parents and the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
What the information?
No, wait, we'll go to that later. Ask us
Okay.
a question off the thing, and then we'll get back to the lightning round.
Okay. Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with blank and would like your advice. Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with, and I'm asking your advice. I would like your advice.
Oh.
Brad?
Dear,
Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with blank and I would like your advice.
my prostate.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Amy?
My boyfriend's memory.
There.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, no, she didn't.
My
Oh,
own,
yes, she did.
my own memory.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with erectile dysfunction and would like your advice.
Probably prostate related.
Likely. You calling Kelsey?
Yeah.
She's gonna love that.
Kelsey's after Fernay, I know that.
When's Renee?
I know it's one of those 2 days.
Fernay's January 12th.
Hi, dear. Sorry to bother you. Your birthday's the 20th? Is it actually? Is it the 25th? God, why can I never get it right?
2 people in trouble today.
No, I'm not.
That's worse, though.
It's down to 2 days, and they're both the 20-something. And mine's so easy. Everyone's always like, you can forget my birthday. I don't know my parents' birthdays.
I know my parents' birthdays.
Well, yeah,
and
but
my
you have a
sister's
crazy
birthdays.
birthday memory. It is the 25th,
No, I
eh?
don't.
Fuck.
I remember.
Why did I think it wasn't?
I remember. Well, Brad's that doesn't count. But I remember.
I'm sorry, dear.
Oh,
Anyway.
she says no.
Anyway, all right. Well, I'll let you go. We're just podcasting here, so. Okay, bye. Fuck. Fuck.
You shouldn't have done that. It would have made me look way worse had you not done that.
I knew it was one of 2 days.
It's true. You did guess 20th or 25th. That's
I knew it
What
was
was
one.
your guess?
What do you mean?
Like you had numbers. Like where was 27?
I was gonna say 24th. That was been the first one I would have said. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say that I was gonna say the 27th because I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say the 24th.
And why did you give us another question?
And then my brain started going nuts, and then it was like, you know what? You're fucking that up. It's somewhere. It's not that. It's earlier in the month.
Blank. High five, bro.
Amy. Blank. High five, bro.
Oh, I need more time to think about that.
Hey, Brad. Blank. High five, bro.
A clean bill of health after a prostate exam. And that's why I think it's important for everyone out there. Don't sit
Holy
quiet.
shit.
Get your prostate examined. What?
That rum is. There's rum. There's rum in there.
Amy.
I
Blank.
don't
Okay.
know.
I didn't say anything.
Testicular torsion. High five, bro.
Go ahead, Fran.
Forgot my girlfriend's birthday.
High five, bro. High five, bro.
That was not good.
High five, bro.
I can't.
Okay. No, whatever. Fuck it.
I didn't see it.
We're done
Episode
now.
2 of the lightning round. Here we go again.
I wonder, like every
Yeah,
5 to
you're
7
not-
minutes. It's like
Oh.
2 minutes later. I
Oh,
think first.
ask me something else.
What are your intentions?
No.
Me?
No, God, no, we're not asking.
Are you
I don't want to
Amy?
know about my
Why
son's.
are you asking Amy?
It's you.
What are your intentions with my son? No. I do need to know, however,
I think we should get Fran to name Amy's family.
He knows them for sure.
Do you want me to name them? Is that a thing?
no,
You
it's
wanna do
too
it?
easy.
Well, we got
It is too.
multiple with multiple questions. You got the first one wrong right off the bat. We got to give him some confidence. Parents and sibling names, go.
And then, okay, parents' sibling name's fine, and one other family member
Okay.
outside of the immediate
I'll
nucleus.
do that.
Go ahead.
What?
Let's see. Okay.
Parents, Frank and Kim. Brothers, Kyle. I should say Cody and Kyle. Because I did recently fuck up. I thought the one was older than the other one. So I did fuck that up recently. The younger brother, Austin. She has a nephew named Lincoln. She has a niece named Ashlyn.
You got that right. Yep.
Excellent.
I should probably say, and her brother Cody's married to a woman named Melissa. He's dating a woman named Melissa, sorry. They have a child together.
And you're doing a small shot for the marriage comment.
And her brother Kyle is married to a woman named Heather.
I need that back.
A small one?
Well, he made me put this in there.
Well, it'll taste better with this in it.
Why did I get...
It's butter at the shop,
But
so
I
make it taste
completed
like...
the challenge and then... God damn it.
It's called the lightning round, not the misinformation game. So, Amy, what is the most challenging thing about tackling today's youth?
You haven't asked her anything...
But Fran, we know she's going to answer all the questions correct.
Yeah, we don't need to ask her.
Fair. I would also say that's probably true.
Plus, I already answered that one.
Like without hesitation.
Oh,
so
true. We
quick.
have answered the same amount of questions. You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Amy, what's the most difficult thing today about the most difficult thing about tackling today's
What are the most
youth?
difficult things about pterodactyls?
Oh, so many things.
So many things.
Oh, that's right. You also have experience working with dinosaurs.
I do. That's where we met.
She'd be the closest thing like a
Paleontology.
Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
Who's he again?
That's Jeff Goldblum. You know who Jeff Goldblum is?
Oh, I remember.
He's the super erratic one with the weird
The
laugh.
guy that's yes, boat. Yeah.
I don't know why I said him. You'd probably be more closer to.
I've got one for Amy.
Oh no! I don't
This
wanna
one's
get in
this one's
trouble.
really easy. This one's really easy.
Already sweating.
What is Fawny Denishan's favorite thing?
Oh. Well, if it's a thing.
No, it's a thing. Thing is a person, place.
No, but I'm just saying it's like. I wonder if it's like I don't know if you're trying to be funny or if you're trying to be serious. But
Well, there's just no other answer.
fair. 'Cause
I should reword it.
It
What
can
is
be
the
funny.
only thing that Fawny cares about?
It's not the only thing, but it's the thing.
Yes,
cares
The
about.
primary thing.
Primary thing. It's the thing that dictates.
His fate?
Yes, I would take
Lord.
Christ
God,
was
no,
the
yeah, I was gonna
answer,
say
but I'll
God,
take
The Lord.
I'll take his faith.
The Lord our Savior.
Congratulations.
You want
Um,
his faith? That was a nice way to say that.
that was. I was gonna say like blah 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 blah.
Talking in tongues.
Amy,
Ashamalama-
what's the most difficult thing about tackling today's youth?
Like with the children specifically?
Are they quite nimble?
Not your specific
How
children.
do you reach these keys?
How do you reach the
Are
kids?
they quite nimble? Are they difficult to pin down?
Oh.
No. I think it's just important to make a relationship with
You said tackle.
them.
As
Oh,
if-
I see. You were talking about physically tackling.
Yes.
I meant more figuratively tackling the
Yes,
children.
that
Building
was
a
the
relationship,
joke. Thank
building
you.
a relationship with the children.
That's not the hardest thing, but it's the most important thing.
Like, so you're not just
To-
a bunch of faces in a room together.
Yes. Yes.
That's interesting, and
What
I
you're
think
saying it's like, from what you said, is like there's lots of different kids with lots of different like completely different, like not only family dynamics but like developmentally where they're at. Which I mean, I guess
I imagine that's more of a thing.
it can have a lot to do with the family, but it's
But
like
just development, like as a whole. Like at
Yeah.
grade 1 level, there's going to be way different. There's going to be a huge different dynamic
it's-
with every kid.
well, it's
so-
like you were saying. It's like some kids can't read at all. Some kids are very skilled readers, and with the family dynamic, you're saying it's like some kids have like I guess what you would call a very like very stable home life. That's like there's not a lot of ups and downs, not a lot of change going on, and then some other kids like move around a lot and that kind of thing, and like it's not quite as like everything's the same every day,
Yeah.
and
no.
so it's like it's complete. Be a lot of strategies.
now I have no experience, but let me interject here. I think what you're trying to say then is it's important, I guess based on what Franz was saying about the different levels, it's important, to make sure you go to those kids who are reading at a higher level and just slow down there, champ. You just take a couple years off, and we're going to let everyone else catch up,
It's
and
like
then you can start reading again.
you mark black like a couple sentences, and you're like, "What does that say?" And they're like, "I can't see any of the letters." It's like, figure it out.
That's exactly what I did.
It's about blacking out documents.
It's like they have to you black out a bunch of sentences and give the two kids the same book, and like you have to finish this book in the same amount of time.
It's like, do you want to see how good you are, hot shot?
Hot shot.
Imagine teaching really is about knocking kids down a few pegs
Yeah.
when they need it. It's like you think you're smart.
Oh, jeez.
And I think that's what my teachers ultimately tried to do. I conquered them. I conquered them absolutely and completely.
What about that teacher who took many pictures of all of you and then left?
Yes, it's not an interesting story. Amy, have you ever heard the story? You, of course,
Why
you
would
have.
she ever?
And, well, maybe
She
just.
does go. She does. Well, you never went to the U of R, but she does go to the U of R, and you guys went to high school in Regina.
Well, this is for
That's it.
elementary school in Hazelton.
Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
let's
Sorry.
hear it.
So we had a teacher, and we called him Mr. Tall, because he was tall. And he was our mathematics teacher, and I think I was in grade 5 or grade 6. And we did a camera
Photography unit.
unit in math.
Oh.
And so we did like those pinhole cameras, where you like take a little pinhole and then you expose the single picture out of like a tube and a fucking cardboard box and shit. And then he, of course, to show us like compare and contrast, used his professional camera and took hundreds of photos of us. And then he left in the middle of the night, and he was never heard from again.
This is 100% a true story.
Yeah.
What kind of pictures, though?
Just like photos
No,
of
I
all the
wasn't.
children.
That is what I think makes it almost weirder. Is like it wasn't just hundreds of pictures of them.
Just like you smiling? Like
Just
the
like
whole
us
class?
doing everything.
Just
And then he left that night?
Well, not that night, but one
Soon
day
after.
his
Shortly
doors were
after.
open and he just packed up as much as he could in the middle of the night and escaped.
and the hundreds of photos were gone with him.
So is that something you guys are trying to reincorporate now, or is that an early '90s thing?
That's an early night.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because
It
like
was a bit more
earlier,
slack then.
right?
A bit more slack.
It was right, and when my sister went to
That
school,
was.
one of the teachers who lived in that same teacherage shot one of the kids with a shotgun.
What?
No.
Yeah, and
I
his
never
his
heard
arm.
this story.
Really?
Who? Cat? Cats?
No,
Cats?
Cat's age, yeah. So they took like one of their old parents' station wagons and were trenching his yard up with like spinning the tires and
Like the
trenching
teacher's yard?
at the teacher
And the
in
kids were
Hazel.
helping?
No, the kids were trenching the teacher's yard up with their car.
Like
Oh,
spinning
like,
the
not,
tires.
not on purpose.
No.
They were doing this. Oh, sorry.
Like
I thought,
doing
I thought you meant they
donuts
were
on his
helping
front-
him build a trench.
No,
I was
no.
like, oh.
Like they were like doing
Yeah,
donuts, spinning their
on, like,
tires.
just destroying the
And
yard.
then so the first time he fired a bow and arrow at them, and then when that didn't work properly, he fired a shotgun
and hit one.
and hit one of them, and his arm is all buggered in his neck and stuff.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
So I don't know
He's
what
spraying.
you guys are doing with firearms and the children.
I mean, I don't have firearms at the school, for sure.
Like, Brad, you also tell us about how when you were a boy going to school.
When I was a boy going to school, they let us keep our guns in our lockers as long as they weren't loaded.
You're lying.
No, absolutely we could.
No,
Yeah.
that-
Go
not
go
today.
go for hunting.
Yeah,
Not today.
We kept
No.
we kept 20 when I was in middle school. Like I was older, more responsible, and we'd take our 22s in, and then we'd have to put the clips on the shelf, and then the gun could go down
See,
in the locker.
I never did that. Well, I've never like shooting things, but I did. I never saw it, but I heard of kids a couple years older than me who did that. Like had 22s in their lockers.
Yeah. Is that something you guys are against?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I think
No
that there are
22.
some recent events maybe that would make that a sensitive.
And
Okay.
on that note, back to the lightning round.
Oh no.
Francois.
Hang on, just 1 second. Give me 1 second.
I don't.
The butter ripple makes it better, doesn't it?
Probably.
So I don't know about. I was thinking like, should I ask him like what was her first brand of phone she had?
What the fuck am I on that?
Oh, just like things you talk
We
about.
did just have this
conversation
conversation.
2
You're
days
you're
ago.
right. She had a flip phone.
No, I'm not asking you that. I'm saying I was going to ask you that.
Oh well.
I
Fuck.
didn't.
Should've
Isn't
said
that
anything.
cute though that I thought of that? That's things
Yeah.
couples talk about.
That one? Oh,
So
please ask me something. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
What's Amy's middle name?
I know that.
To start out
Oh
with.
yes, he does.
that's too. It's got to be actually still a little bit of a challenge.
You know what my middle name is?
Yes.
That is a mean question to ask somebody. Like, it's something that usually I try to hide as long as I can. So that could be a mean question. But yeah, you do know my middle name.
What is
You're nervous.
Amy's favorite type of household pet?
Household pet?
Pet.
This will be interesting.
That's interesting, actually. I would say like it would have to be, if I would say it would probably have to be a type of dog. Just because it's like, she really likes birds, and I shouldn't say that. She doesn't like all types of birds. She likes like ducks and like geese and well, not geese, I don't know, but like ducks. Ducks are kind of your big one. Like you like chickens as well, and like turkeys, to say, but like
Those
ducks.
are all delicious birds.
Avian
But
creatures.
like she doesn't like parrots. Like she's not a big parrot person.
You're not a bird
budgies.
person.
Like yeah, she's not a bird person. Like she doesn't
Oh,
just
thank God.
like all birds. She likes ducks. She likes
Good.
some farm birds, but she doesn't. She's not a huge fan of cats. She doesn't like rodents, like
Good.
at all. Any type of rodent.
Good, Good. These are all good things.
There are like certain. It's kind of weird. Like there are certain rodent-like animals that you'll go like back and forth on. Not rodents, but like you'll go back and forth.
Like a hedgehog. What do you think of a hedgehog?
Yeah, so occasionally I'll show you a hedgehog video and you'll be like, okay, that's kind of
They're cute.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like so it's like.
But they look nothing like a mouse.
They're still.
That's true.
Though.
They're
not-
kind of
They're not rodents.
Moscus.
They're mouses.
Just
They're
the
not
face.
rodents.
If you looked at just the face.
They're related
mouse
to shrews.
With a long.
They're actually their entire own.
Anyways,
They're
household pet.
Yeah, I would say it would be a type of dog. Because the thing is like you guys don't have a pet in your home.
Type of dog, Amy? Yes or no?
Okay,
Or-
well here's the thing. I'm not. It's terrible to say, but I'm not like a huge pet person. But
No.
I guess if I were to have an inside animal, it would be some type of dog. So he's right.
You got it. Okay.
It was a weird question because like she has never said to me she wants like an inside pet
Yeah.
animal.
Like
No,
I love my dogs on the farm, but I don't know if I would ever want an
If it's-
animal in the house.
Yeah. And I
Which is weird.
love your one dog,
Tina?
Tina.
She's
I
so
always
cute.
want to call her like Zoe for some reason. I don't know why.
Her name
Every
is
time,
Tina.
I think I've said it 4 times now. Going in front of her, like, "Hey, Zoe," and you're like, "Your name's fucking Tina."
I took chocolate under the cover of night.
What?
What do you mean?
Where is chocolate?
Chocolate?
Is he safe?
Is he secret? Is he safe?
You have chocolate at the farm?
Anyway,
No. Don't
She
kid-
likes chocolate a
Don't
lot.
kid about. I could cry right here, right now. Don't joke about chocolate.
Keep
if
on
I
going with
took
chocolate,
chocolate
right?
under the cover of night, it would be to protect him.
Okay, I was scared.
Where
and have
is
him.
chocolate?
Actually, I think that's one thing.
I need him. If I take it back.
Here's
if
the
I were to
thing.
have a household pet, chocolate.
Here's the thing that I'll say.
Specific.
My ex-dog, Chocolate, he is a dog that I think everyone falls
It's
in love
so
with
sad.
almost immediately because he's so...
Fat.
He's very
He's
fat.
So sweet.
But it's just like the amount of... Like everybody knows that dogs kind of emanate love, but he somehow emanates another degree of love. And not even just love, like you are my superior and what you say is better than what I think. Like the one thing that Chocolate does that my dad, like even my dad, a man who I've often found with animals to be like, he's from South Africa, so it's like he likes hunting and like with animals, like he would he's like Gary, he would break a kitten's neck, like that's something he would be capable of doing. But with Chocolate, it's like my dad would yell at Chocolate, and then Chocolate would immediately, he wouldn't run away, like Chocolate would just bend down and then look, and just like look super remorseful. My dad would be like, "Fuck off, fuck you." Like I feel bad now.
And your dad don't feel bad very often.
Ever. So I mean that. Yeah.
Well, your dad.
Chocolate's a good dog.
Fawny.
I would
Oh, I
say.
keep saying.
I would say the
weird stuff,
distinction
yeah.
is Fawny's like his. You're his dad.
Father.
Fawny's his father.
No,
Like, that's a pretty like.
I don't. That's too.
It's like father is a very formal like. Whatever relationship.
The other male that was in the house that I grew up in. How's that?
That's better.
Father figure, let's say.
The
Well, that's-
other person who had a penis in the house that I grew up in.
The penis house.
Well, no.
The penis man.
Well,
Yeah, let's do that.
the penis man. We,
Oh, I'd hate if he ever saw this.
we
He'll never watch.
never watch this. It's like we only refer to him as the penis man.
That'll be the one.
And now we do.
My mother, a couple years ago, I don't know if it was the first time or the second time, she was like, she sent me a message, was like, so I tried to watch your podcast. I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, I watched about
Nonsense.
4. And she's like, I don't see you the same way anymore. And I'm like,
Good.
you know, that's fair. Oh, it's true though. Oh,
It's true though.
What?
ruined
I
everything.
watched an
Well,
old
this-
in the summer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about no. Don't. Oh, okay.
Never mind.
No, you watched an episode and he talked about his nefarious relationships with other people?
Somewhat.
I still don't
In a
know the
way.
context, so I'm very.
It was.
I tried to find it and I couldn't find it,
Yeah.
so I still don't even know how
Like,
bad it could be.
People don't like as much as we like bring some truth to this. Like these are very much personas that we are putting on for this thing.
Yeah, oh,
So
certainly.
it's
Yes,
like
yes.
don't
I
like,
know this.
so like it's like
But you can imagine my shock.
of course it's not to
Knowing
diminish
you guys
that.
Like, to
It's just-
find
met me
out-
once.
To find out that somebody you care about has syphilis is never easy. And I
Ron
think
herpesiphilates is a tough one to
It's
figure
like
out.
she hits a podcast, like we're talking very much seriously about my struggles with syphilis, and like we go into detail. It's like these are just personas, though. It's like when we go really into like the treatment and like.
it's like
So these are just. It's just the syphilis thing. It's just a persona.
Speaking of, blank is a slippery slope that leads to blank. Blank is a slippery slope that leads to blank.
touching, or what did they say? Hugging leads to fucking or something? Touching is a slippery slope that leads to intercourse. Or something, or fondling? I don't know. What? Hugging? Hello. Hello is a slippery slope that leads to intercourse.
I've heard that saying. Yeah.
I've heard spooning leads to forking,
Ah.
but that's not my answer.
Or
Well,
knifing.
it is, sure.
Or scissoring.
Scissor me timbers, as they say.
Scissor me timbers. Scissor me timbers.
Scissor me Xerxes. Oh.
Oh, right. Your name's Sorts.
Scissor me timbers.
Interestingly enough, Amy, what do you have to say?
Okay, what is it? Blank is a slippery
Slope
slope to
that
blank.
leads to
that
blank.
Leads to.
So in Fran's case, if we were talking about his life, we might say something like intravenous drugs are a slippery
And
slope.
nefarious relationships
Are a
with
slippery slope that
numerous
leads
prostitutes.
that leads to STDs.
And it's not fair. I do feel bad, like, because if all the... And, like, we got... Well, we have several hundred views episodes, so obviously, like, a lot of the girls that he was with are watching. Like, at least a third of the views. Anyway, I feel bad.
If that was true, we would have way more views.
No, I'm just saying a third of the girls that he was with are our whole fan base.
Yeah, but like probably a lot less than a third. Because if it was a third of them, we would be like 600 views an episode.
What are we talking about now? Are we saying that
You had a shitload of partners.
Not relationships, partners is a fair way to put it.
I guess you could call it a business. Money was exchanged for
They were of a transactional relationship for sure.
Amy, what do you
This is
think?
better. This is a little bit better because she's here. Because now it's like it can't totally
I'm
run.
like, haha, I'm with the troll.
It can't totally run into the realm of like, fucking like, just awfulness. Like at least this way it's like, ha ha ha. Everybody's here. We're all joking.
Yeah,
We're all
joking
having
for
fun.
sure.
He did really come around. All over town.
He did have a come to Jesus moment when he realized that he wanted to change his ways and pursue Amy for sure.
Yeah, he came around all over town.
Yeah.
Amy, what do you think is a slippery slope to leads to what?
I'm trying to think. I'm not a good on the spot thinker.
You're doing very well.
And we're working on it. And here we are in the...
Blank is a slippery slope.
Fran?
I might have to pass this one.
Starting a relationship
Is this-
so close to your significant other's birthday is a slippery slope that leads to you thinking that I don't need to worry about this for a while, and then realizing very suddenly that you need to worry about it all the time.
Why would you think you wouldn't have to worry about a birthday?
Well, I didn't think that it's like
An immediate.
well, it's like I obviously it's like I don't. It's like I will need to know for the next birthday. That's the thought process.
But my birthday was like right after.
That's what I'm saying. It was so quick that I was like, yes, I'll. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like I would want to know right away, like when's your birthday, so I can say happy birthday. Like when.
No, but it's not that I didn't know. I knew your birthday for sure
Yes.
right away because we
Yes.
celebrated your birthday. It was a good
Yes.
time. But it was like right after. It was like
I don't need to know this for another
it wasn't cemented in my head yet. So it was like
Gotcha.
it was a weird stage where it was like I didn't have the build up to the birthday to like really get it memorized, and then it was already over, and then it's like I don't need to have it. I'm making excuses. It was terrible.
You're terrible.
I'm terrible.
we're gonna do another lightning round, ladies and gentlemen. The question now. Live message us.
Oh, I see.
What?
Loopholes.
You been?
No.
Have I been?
So, Fran, I guess the next question.
There's a long running joke with the podcast. That I thought I'll
A long running
tell you
real
about
thing
it.
that
No,
happened.
let's get into it. Let's
No,
get into
I
that.
mean, well, you can
It's like-
explain
it's
it.
like-
We've always said you can talk about
it's
it.
lightning
We
round.
can't talk about it.
Until you find the proof.
Okay, wait. Let's do lightning round and then we'll talk about it.
Francois,
Why aren't you asking her any questions?
because this isn't the Ask Amy lightning round. This is the fuck off and let me ask you questions round.
I think you maybe have to do a little bit of a drink for questioning your methods.
No.
No, he's already in enough pain as it is.
Oh, he loves it. He pretends like he's in pain, but he's like he's trying to prevent himself from drinking the whole bottle in front of us.
So, Fran,
So, Fran, you gonna go, Brad?
It's weird that your heart can stop beating for such a long time.
for your
I'm not breathing.
for your next question, I'm going to ask a speculative question you likely don't know the answer to, but I want you to give an explanation as to why you believe that would be the truth, and then Amy will let you know whether or not that explanation is good enough based on.
Okay.
So it's like
This
I
will-
believe
this
X
will
to be
either
true.
be way less scary or way more scary.
I believe X to be true
Because why?
because of I know X and Y things about Amy.
I
A, B, and C.
get what you're saying.
And it's going to be a really mundane thing. Would Amy prefer cloth or leather seats in a brand new vehicle, and why?
That's actually that detail about a person is something that says a lot about like things about them. Like it speaks to like big broader preferences, I think.
Scissor me timbers.
Yeah. I mean, like I can't really offer much to the like this is the things that
So
couples
all my
talk about.
secrets.
Yes, you can.
I can't. That's not a topic that I
Cloth
can
or
really.
leather? Why?
Currently, cloth, due solely to the fact that leather has a very nasty habit of retaining awful temperatures, and this is why I say right now. I think Amy likes nice things, and she likes things that look nice. So I will say
pretty vague, buddy.
no, but I'm just saying. I'm saying that I'm saying right now because it's like she's at a stage where it's like she doesn't like have a house yet, so it's like she's not at a stage where it's like she needs everything to look exactly the way she wants it quite yet. Like I think maybe in a couple of years leather will be, because leather is a nicer looking feeling material. So like just under aesthetics, she might enjoy the leather more. I'm not sure. But I think like right now as it is, I think she would probably say cloth is a better idea, because in winter it's not going to be as cold when I sit down. In summer it's not going to be burning hot when I sit down. So it's just a more practical thing. And so I think she would enjoy the cloth more. That's what I think.
Now,
Amy seems to be disappointed.
Pour the shot. Leather.
Always leather.
Leather because it is
Beautiful.
sophisticated and
Yeah.
beautiful. You can easily clean it. Hair, if I had a dog, doesn't stick to it. I'm not sure how you brought in how I don't have a house and like all that.
Like you brought in her being like a failure and stuff.
Like that's a little murky in my head to rationalize it, but I like the
and
effort.
Amy doesn't have a house. Cheers to that. I wouldn't want leather either.
If you don't have a house, why would you want leather seats in your vehicle? You don't own a house.
Oh, we're making fun of Fred. That feels good. Oh, this kind of harkens back to picking superpowers based on how easy they would make vacationing.
That was so awesome.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Fred,
What?
we were like, you could have a superpower. It's like it was a series of questions, and Fran kept like, I'm not sure if it was on purpose.
It's like, would you have super speed or super strength? It's like, well, super speed, I could travel free because I could run to the Bahamas and then I could go on vacation. It was like, What about the ability to breathe underwater or the ability to do this? It's like, well, if I did that, then I could probably get to vacation faster. And he, like, unknowingly just kept talking about going on vacation to a warm climate. And it was like, it was fucking
He
hilarious.
really wants to go somewhere warm.
Well, he likes warm. And,
I think you should.
Amy, my question for you then is, do you think Francois wants to vacation somewhere warm?
Or cold.
Or cold?
Not cold.
You're right. Congratulations. Obviously, she knows her man. Check on him to the next speed round. Amy, what's the most rewarding thing about teaching children? It can be a specific incident you already remember, or maybe just an overall feeling you
Or
get.
like a concept, even
Concept.
like an overall, like, overarching.
Or
I
just
think
a
it's
thing
this.
you like. It doesn't need to be the most.
I think it's just when you build those relationships and then it's just, how can I explain this? Like when you know that you like the child likes you.
And that makes a difference in their life, and you
Yeah.
see what that relationship.
And you know that you're a trusted adult for that person. That means a
Few
lot.
things make her light up as much as when like a kid leaves a cute little note that's like,
Oh.
Miss Arnell, you're the best.
So cute.
Like, she will immediately send me a picture and be like, this is the best kid who has ever lived. There's no better
It's
kid
so
than this
cute.
kid. And I'm like, I kind of agree.
As a parent, I hope that my son has teachers that he feels that way about, because it's
Yeah.
that's a very important relationship. I think everyone has had a teacher that has impacted them in a significant way, and it doesn't matter what age you remember that teacher, right? When there's someone who instills a love of history or like a favorite subject or whatever it may be, gives you some type of encouragement or whatever, it sticks in your mind, and it impacts your future feelings about school, about learning, about
Just for building relationships with people in general.
Yeah.
I guess because most of my relationships in my life that are like sincere, good relationships have like this like, fun, catty element. Like that's just kind of the person I am. And I know that when we were in high school together, one of the teachers that I was hot and cold about the most was like somebody who like would bug me, and like we, kind of poked fun at each other. And it's like,
which who was that?
Mr. Ulrich? How the fuck?
Mr. Urich.
Urich, I mean, sorry. And I
as much as I like was frustrated by him, he also was a very impactful teacher to me. And I remember, sorry, I totally hijacked your story.
Oh, it's fine. He's a crazy old man, but he was awesome. And
him and Mr. Leupold for me as well. Like we're both like Mr. Urich specifically. Like I wrote this essay or whatever, and he came up to me and he was just like, this is very well written. This is a very good piece of writing and a very good analysis, and you should consider doing this as a profession. You have, I read people's writing. Like you do this very well, and just like I don't remember the words, but I just remember it was a very encouraging thing from a teacher who he graded very, very harshly.
Yeah, he did.
And it was very impactful.
For me, I had a similar thing in university. I had a TA pull me aside. He's like, this, like, I know obviously like we went to a good school, and I wasn't necessarily a very good writer, but like I just learned to write in high school. So when I went to university, I was in my first year English class. My TA pulled me aside. He's like, this is so well written, and I was so excited to see somebody who knows how to write in this class. He's like, and next time, like honestly, if you read the book and you know what the subject matter is, it'll help so much. He's like, because you wrote a great essay. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, because you don't ever go to class, so you didn't read the book, and you've never done any of the assignments. But it's really well written.
Did he give you a good grade?
Oh, God, no. No, I got like a 51. I think he just mercy passed me because I didn't at all. I just made up a whole story that didn't exist. I never even read the Coles notes. I just found character names and then just wrote my whole essay based on... I think I read like the back of the book. And it was like Frederick and Anthony did this. I didn't have enough time to read the Coles notes.
I always at least read like the Sparks notes, at least. That's how I got, like, I mostly didn't read stuff in English all through university.
I
read the stuff I wanted to read and everything else. I was just like, Spark Notes.
I'll challenge that I must be in the top 25% for least classes attended to convocated from university.
Like I dropped out of university in my second year, but my second year of university, I literally I didn't go to class.
I wish I wanted to. And I think
Yeah.
this really harkens back to your thing, and it's like I had good teachers very rarely.
Especially in high school.
Especially in high school, it was just like it really killed education for me.
But, like, to add to that point, I guess it's like in high school, like in elementary, I think it's more important to have consistent,
consistently good teachers.
good teacher. Or like good teacher is a weird word to me. It more like just like, I guess good. Yeah, good's a good word. I would
What's good?
I would be like supportive and like effective. I do a shade.
Well, all teachers have different styles, but I think good teachers, regardless of their style, there are
But it's
certain
like,
there are
I feel like
elements
if
or
you're a
things they do.
small
Right?
child and somebody's just really like, I had a teacher like this when I was in school. It was like he was very nice, and he was like he let us fool around a lot. He let us. He was really nice, and he
fooled
and
around
was
with
like,
us a lot.
He was
and-
like, it would be math class. He'd be like, you guys can like draw pictures, and like it was like nothing to do with what we were doing, but and like so obviously all of us were like, he's awesome, we love him because it's like we don't have to do math when we're supposed to be doing math, and so it's like when I was a kid, I would probably be like, yeah, he's a great teacher, he's awesome, but it's like looking back
your
now,
point.
it's like that's not really a good teacher. It's like he's not
Teaching you anything.
he's not really teaching me anything. It's like he's really nice and he's fun, but it's like other than that, it's like there's not a lot other there. It's like a good teacher is somebody who's like who is accomplishing the goal, but at the same time doing it in a way that the children are having a
positive experience.
And
well,
it's
it's like positive to me too. Is like that's not necessarily like a kid doesn't have, because sometimes there are certain things that it's nearly impossible to have. It's like it's very I can't, I won't speak for you, but it's just like math is tough for a lot of people, and it's like it's just not fun for a lot of people. I mean, like it will never be fun for a lot of people. It's like nobody's ever gonna say like I like doing it, but it's like, so that I wouldn't say it's like it's not, maybe it's not a positive experience, but it's like
it's about instilling a desire to learn, I think.
It was effective. It wasn't harmful.
And on that note,
it's weird. Teaching is very nuanced.
On that note, we had a discussion the other night about Amy, and we talked about how Amy likes to eat cold cereal. She's a fan of cold cereal, which is great. I love cold cereal as well.
Is there another?
Francois, what
Oh,
is
great.
hot cereal, like oatmeal?
Well, but okay, yeah. We're not from the fucking 30s.
Well, that's
No one calls oatmeal hot cereal
I
unless
do.
you're 60 years old.
I do. What is Amy's favorite brand of cold cereal?
Oh, that's not
Favorite
fair.
brand?
Favorite brand?
I would
I think
say
it's like there's probably something that I don't know about, but the two that she likes the most are Fruit Loops and Sugar Crisp. That I know about. Because we went to the grocery store and those are the two that she liked the most. And I'll say I think she likes Sugar Crisp. I think she likes Sugar Crisp more than she likes Fruit Loops, because like we were like, which one, like I did get her to choose Sugar Crisp over Fruit Loops, but I don't know if that's just because she has it less frequently, so maybe it's like that's the only reason. But it's like I would say like Sugar Crisp. If I had to choose one, it would be Sugar Crisp.
Ding 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 ding.
He got it.
Good.
Now, is Sugar Crisp a General Mills product?
I don't know.
Or
I'm pretty sure they all are now.
No.
No,
There's
there
two.
is
There's two.
The one has more though. The one has way more.
General Mills
It
and
might be.
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's.
Oh, I don't think it's
okay.
Kellogg's.
So
No,
think
like,
General Mills, you're
I
right.
think
'Cause
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, like they always have a big ass fucking K on all their shit.
And it's also like, they all have characters like Tony the Tiger. I think the Fruit Loop guy is Kellogg's.
Well, Sugar Crisp has a bear.
Yeah, that's true.
Honeycomb big. Yeah. It's not small. No.
Honeycomb's
Honeycomb's got a great big taste. Right?
Oh.
Sugar Crisp cereal.
Yeah, it was a bear.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
Amy's
get enough
favorite
of that
food.
Sugar cream. Yeah, I remember.
I mean, I think
remember those
I like
commercials.
it so much because I don't eat it often. Like, it's not a go-to in my household for sure.
Right.
But here, I'm like, oh yeah.
Didn't have it this time.
There's this
Yeah.
one breakfast cereal that you can only get in the States. It's like cookie. It's called Cookie Crisp.
You can't get.
And it's cookies.
Cocoa Puffs.
It's like, but it's like I don't know how it's like a breakfast. It's like it's literally.
They
just-
brought it here for a bit.
I know,
You can't get
and
it here
they also
anymore?
did Count Chocula. You can't get it here either. They had it here for a bit.
Count Chocula is
I
awesome.
didn't know that.
Frankenberry
Count Chocula is
is
awesome.
I love Frankenberry.
So is Cocoa
Crisp.
Crisp.
well, Cookie Crisp is it's literally just
Cocoa Puffs.
it's like you could make
a
make
monkey.
Cookie Crisp with those little mini Chips Ahoy rainbow chip things in a bowl with milk, and it would be the same thing as Cookie Crisp basically.
What's the one with the alphabet?
It was just cookies?
Alphabet.
It was literally just
I think
cookies.
so,
Little
that's
cookies.
right.
Little
No,
cookies.
alphabet, and then it has the little marshmallow ones.
Oh, I don't know.
A friend's dad
Oh,
loves
that
it,
one's
and so
good.
we would pick it up.
You're not
in the
talking about
States.
the one with the computer.
A leprechaun.
Lucky
What?
Charms.
Lucky
The
Charms.
Lucky
Those
Charms.
aren't letters.
Those are good. What?
They're
Yeah, yeah.
charms. They're after me. Lucky
No, the
Charms.
marshmallows are charms. The rest of it's letters. Isn't it?
Yeah.
No, they're
I
not letters.
swear.
They're not letters.
No, they're
Oh,
not.
they're
They're
not?
not. No.
Whatever
Just
she
kidding.
says is good.
Cookie
Um,
I
Crisp?
swear it's alphabet.
It's not. I don't. I'm not saying this to be a dick. It's FRAN'S favorite cereal. It's not letters. It's other different types of
Symbols.
charms, but just like
okay.
less obvious. They're weird shapes. It's not none of them are letters.
Just shapes.
Is Captain Crunch? No, Captain Crunch is little pillows, right?
Yeah.
I've never had Captain Crunch before.
It's peanut butter. It's okay. It's not my favorite.
You say it's peanut butter flavored?
Well,
It's
kind
I
of
probably
peanut
wouldn't. I
butter.
probably wouldn't.
It's
Really,
kind of, yeah.
I would
Sweetie,
say I probably wouldn't
peanity.
really like it too much then.
I'm a big fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's one of my go-tos.
That's very good.
I
French toast crunch was good too.
French Toast Crunch.
I
is
just
interesting.
really
Why
like.
did it go away?
'Cause it-
You couldn't see the taste.
yeah.
Oh, not like cinnamon. You're right. Let's see it. What was the? I'm from a tropical place in a tropical villa.
Mini
I
wheats.
fell in love with the flavor, and it was vanilla. Mini wheats,
Sweets. They taste like shit. They taste like shit.
They do.
They're okay. The consistency is very
Have you ever had?
weedy.
Have you ever had like just Wheaties?
No,
Like not mini wheats?
no. I've
Like
never
they're
had that.
literally just like
Just wheat.
unsugared bales, like big versions of those, like big, like the size of my fist, and you just put two of them in a
I
bowl
think
with
I-
milk.
No, the thing that was big with, and it was weird. Like I thought it was a South African
Just
thing.
fiber. That's all that is.
And like
Just
old
fiber.
people buy them. It's like they just put tons of sugar in with them because old people like to put white granulated
No,
sugar
this
in.
is very.
But it's like you could just buy the frosted ones and it's the same. It's like no, I like the big bales that are tough to eat.
But well, no, we had. Well, I thought it was a South African thing until Brendan said he'd had them as well one day randomly, and Mr. Irving said he'd had them. Wheat Bix. Well, I guess Weetabix, but
Weetabix, yeah.
Weetabix. That was one thing that like I'd had when I was a kid all the time. My mom would always. It was always she put 2 bricks in my bowl and she poured a little bit of sugar on top, and then that's what I had for breakfast. And I always thought because nobody else, I never had it anywhere else. And then randomly, I think Brendan moved to town when we were in grade 6, and then in grade 7, he's like, "You want some Weetabix?" I'm like, "You fucking kidding me, boy?" I was like, "You and he's like, "Nope."
Like
Not at all.
You're weird.
All
Please never come to my
all
house
they
again.
understood was.
Yeah, well, Andrew,
No,
you
shut
should
up.
open your ears and let's
No.
open your heart. Can you read another question?
It was very slurred, isn't it? I couldn't understand you. Yeah, you are. You have every right to be. I'm not saying you don't. What's the most emo? What's the most emo?
Like the most emo thing?
Yeah.
No, it's the. You don't get to ask context.
What's the most emo? That's the question.
Don Draper.
That's not true.
No, he's the opposite.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just false.
No. No, he is self-loathing. He uses
Yeah, but he's actually self-loathing.
sex and pain to work through his problems.
But the biggest difference is that he like doesn't whine about any of it. He bottles everything up.
And he has
And emo-
and he has real
Yeah,
problems.
and he has real problems. And on top of like, emo's all about like, I'm a white kid from the suburbs and I'm in so much pain. Like,
Who fucking who?
Yes,
Emo. The definition.
he's a
of-
white guy from the
The
suburbs.
definition,
Boo
of, the definition of emo in the dictionary is boo fucking hoo.
Yeah, it's like also I hate sleeping with tons of good-looking women. Like boo hoo.
Boo. Yeah, but he's married, so that's got to be like. He's such a bad person immediately in that show.
Yeah.
Like you told me, you're like, please don't. It was weird the way you said it. So you're like, please don't get attached to anybody in the show. What do you mean? He's like, everybody cheats on everybody.
I didn't know you watched Mad Men. Did you? You did?
I just started.
I watched through till it
He-
gets really
you
crazy.
said you saw up to like season
But what do you
3.
mean until it gets crazy? Like, what,
Like
do you
yeah,
mean?
it's
he
like
said, like,
everything
season
isn't
3,
as it
season-
seems, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
What do you mean everything isn't as that never really happened?
He told me not to watch past season 3.
I mean, it gets like there's a point there where they're like season 3, like they're setting stuff up, so it gets like there's a point where it's kind of like
I'm
I guess
already
we're-
very overwhelmed. and I'm
It's just
like
like it
5
got to a
episodes
point where it wasn't about guys selling ads in New York really quickly.
in. That was the first episode.
oh well. I mean, it always shifts away from that to a degree, but it still is like the primary focus of the show throughout the whole thing.
For me, mostly it's like you're a woman. You gotta stick to your place there.
Woman.
I guess it
you're
does-
not a man.
It does become more about like more of a period piece, I suppose,
I would say that
later on.
it is that way. Like season 1.
Right away.
But it shifts.
Like, if you want to tell me
Yeah,
that it gets
I like
more
it.
sexist, it's like
No, it's not more sex. It's like as the
It does, from what
it
you've
Well, but
seen.
starts.
like as the years go on and like they're dealing with like the civil rights movement, like as like things progress in like years, they deal with different issues
That's fair.
outside of the advertising game.
Because the line, because I think it is in the first episode that got me, that I was like, my God, was like, because the one girl starts working there in the first episode, and then the one girl's
Yeah,
like
Peggy.
giving her orientation, and,
is the first episode,
she's like,
yeah.
don't be too intimidated by the technology on your desk. They made it so easy that even
A
a woman
woman
can
can
do it.
use it.
And I'm like, you're a woman saying that to another, like,
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she was being like kind of sarcastic, but
it didn't seem like it. Like honestly, like the one that was taking the orientation, like she seemed like she was very
Peggy, it's Peggy who's taking the orientation, and Joan.
she
who's
seemed
giving
very
the
much like
orientation.
sly, but
Hot
Joan
Joan.
seemed like
Yeah.
we're there lessers, and it was just like. I mean, it makes sense in that time period. Like it was a whole culture.
I think it's like just because I've watched the show more than once. Like I've watched all the way through twice.
Well,
now.
I've only seen like 5.
I think
I've
that
only
it's,
seen
I
Joan
think
like 2 times.
I think it's both. Like I think like she's not. It's not that she's expressing an idea of the time, but obviously she's a woman, so she doesn't think that. Like I think there is some subtle like sarcasm,
I mean, like,
irony,
I feel
whatever
like-
there.
Because when I was watching, the sense that I was getting, because obviously I wasn't born in the 60s, but it's like, the sense that I'm getting is that it was such a pervasive culture that it was like,
it is
they
that
even started to
also.
believe some of the bullshit.
Now,
To a certain extent.
speaking
I would say.
about the subtlety of women, we're going to get back to the lightning round.
Please ask her a question. I beg you.
No.
Well, but you still
No,
you still have to do the shot
I
if
am
she
the
gets
guest.
it wrong.
I get to look good. For
I will.
myself.
If she gets it wrong, I'll do her shots for
No,
her.
no,
I'm
you're
just
going to
saying,
do it.
please.
Your fate is in your own hands.
Pretty easy. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
True. Very true.
She probably went all around. I love Christmas. I love this time of year. Yeah, ruined the whole
Exactly
thing for the whole.
What I did.
It's the first. Like,
That one doesn't
two-
count
the
because it
first
is
2 hours
Christmas.
of my day.
That doesn't
I
count.
love it. I love it so much.
What is Amy's favorite movie?
Favorite movie? That one's interesting. Because she's never actually.
Seen a movie.
Never in my life.
There are certain movies I know she enjoys watching more than once,
If
and
I,
there's certain. Oh, I'm sorry.
I would have to pick one like right now because I don't have.
That's the thing is like you don't think you're not like us or like. Well,
I
I would
don't
say me
have,
and
like,
Andrew and I kind of think about. Well,
We
for
both-
me, it's like I've known since I was fucking like
Yes.
9, so it's like I'm it's never been a question for me. But
I know FRAN'S favorite movie.
you know my favorite movie.
Movies.
It's movies actually, but
Yeah. You can't even watch them.
Oh. Yes, I can. I get tired in a 3-hour movie.
It's actually
Sue me.
it's like 15 hours when you do it.
12.
Yeah.
It's 12 altogether. 12 and a bit with the first 3.
I just don't understand how a movie can be 3 hours.
They
You really like 16 Candles.
No.
No, I'm sorry, Breakfast Club. That's
I do.
Breakfast Club.
Okay, we're not. Amy wrecked that one too. What? I need to get him wrong
After
here.
a movie, 3 hours.
I don't. Okay.
Okay, what is?
This is evil.
Making Fran drink is her favorite pastime on this podcast.
Now what?
Not true.
That's very true.
There was one that you could have prevented me from drinking, and you were like, "No,
My
it's wrong."
birthday?
No, the leather seats.
Oh, she can't lie about herself.
I
She's
don't
too
want people
honest.
to think I like
Cloth seats, exactly. My sentiments.
Yeah, I was like,
Come
Fran.
on.
As soon as you said cloth, I'm like, you shit the bed, Fran. Like no one likes
Do I
cloth.
look like a person that likes cloth seats?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
And now he knows that.
He's saving himself.
Fran.
I like cloth seats.
You would.
I do. They're way better.
You're wrong.
You also hate winter.
It sucks.
You
live in-
have to take Amy to either a Guns N' Roses or AC/DC show.
Which
Why?
Roses. Way more. The lyrics are way better at Guns N' Roses show, and the music is like way more variable. AC/DC is very like, the music is all very similar. Guns N' Roses is a way larger variety. She's not huge into rock or like heavier guitar, and I would say AC/DC is heavier than Guns N' Roses. But Guns N' Roses has like Sweet Child of Mine. It's like a lot of beautiful songs. I think she would appreciate Guns N' Roses way more.
Fun fact, one of my graduating songs was Thunderstruck.
You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck.
That's a lot of
It's alright.
alcohol. Oh no, I feel terrible. I'm in Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
Hold your hand out more.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Yeah, it's alright.
Where?
Doing fine. Oh, thunderstruck. I love that, like Angus Young's response to that one reporter being like, "You've written 100 and whatever songs that sound exactly the same," and he's like, "You're wrong. We've written 112 songs that was exactly."
Really?
The guy was like one song off or whatever.
To be fair, I do say that I don't like hard rock.
Are you
Right.
sure there's a? Yeah.
And we've also never talked about AC/DC before.
It's alright.
It's not all rum. It's about half butter ripple, so it's not as bad as you think it's.
Thunderstruck. And why don't you ask Fran a question?
No, I think he...
No, about the sheet.
Oh.
Oi!
Na-da-da.
Right out of that sunset on your
color TV screen. I can get if you know what I mean.
blank.
Right.
That's how I want to die.
Right now.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
So drinking rum, that's how Fran wants to die.
I kept going around the liquor store saying, "Where's rum? Where's all rum gone?"
So good.
Brad,
Amy
blank.
would appreciate that reference. Guess what I saw without you?
You saw it with me too.
Yeah.
He
Guess
saw
what I
it
saw
with me
with first.
though. Without you.
How was it, by the way?
How mad at you?
I'm
How
disappointed.
mad were you?
I'm disappointing everybody all the time.
What did you think of the newest one, Brad?
Oh, I loved it.
Really?
You would never not love a Pirates movie, so.
It had a lot of like the things we. Okay, I gotta say this. I'll say this. Brad and I appreciate Pirates of the Caribbean movies differently
Then
than
they're meant
most
to be.
people appreciate them. We appreciate them for why they should be appreciated, not for the pansy reasons that most people think they're good. Like, most people are like, Johnny Depp is why they're good. It's like, you're incorrect. Jeffrey Rush, I would say, is why the first one is good. I would say
Everyone that Jeffrey Rush is in is why it's good.
Who's
Jeffrey Rush is why the
Which one's he?
That would actually be a fair statement to say. Jeffrey Rush is why the Pirates of the Caribbean are good.
Is that the guy who plays like the?
And I can't think about
Captain Barbosa.
Oh, Barbosa. Oh yeah.
And so I'll say this.
Not Admiral Salazar.
To bring a fictional character into it. Jeffrey Rush and Davy Jones are why Pirates of the Caribbean are.
I only really like the first one. But.
I like all of them.
And to some extension, Captain Salazar.
Captain Salazar is why the new one is good. And the very ending with the fucked up face.
Fran, did you see the trailer for the new
I didn't like that.
the movie? What's his name? The guy who plays Jim Halpert, the one that he's directing and starring in.
He's directing and starring in a movie?
A horror movie.
Like,
It looks fucking scary. Yes.
That was very interesting to me. What's
It's
it about?
like basically a silent movie, and it's like he and his family.
Do you know that's not, or was it trailer sound?
The concept for the movie is he and his family have to like be quiet because like if they make noise, there's this like monster there's this like creature that's gonna come and kill them, and so you see them like it's like really quiet and you're on edge the whole time. Like they're like they sleep on marked spots, so because of
that sounds
certain
amazing.
things. Create,
that sounds amazing. That sounds that was exactly like my kind of horror movie.
Yeah,
like that's why I loved. What was that? The one where the guy wants to impregnate the girl with the blind vet is like, you know what I'm talking about? He's trying to track him down. Like the house is all dark and they go in there to steal his money.
Oh,
but he ends up being like a blind.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good.
You
Don't
should.
breathe.
It's that movie is amazing because it gets well.
I can't watch it alone, so I never watch it.
No, but it's not. That's
it's not scary.
It's not a scary movie. It's very interesting,
yeah.
and it gets better and better and more crazy as it goes on. But what you're saying is like that's my idea of a monster. Like that's what I fucking love that shit.
M Night Shyamalan. Oh, first everyone has to answer blank. That's all I want to die.
We have 5 minutes. 5-minute mark. I think.
In Vegas at a concert.
What did you say? Sorry.
Blank. That's how I want to die. You said right now.
In Las Vegas at a country concert.
What's that? What I said? In Las Vegas. Oh.
You win, sir.
Why?
You win, sir. That was gonna be my my Halloween costume this year.
I know you told us already.
But I didn't say it on the podcast. I don't think. That my Halloween costume is gonna be like a.
No.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas shirt and then bloodshot
and a cowboy hat.
And a cowboy hat.
No.
Blank. That's how I want to die.
With the knowledge that I will be receiving 72 virgins.
That wasn't acting.
Allahu Akbar.
What? No, I'm not saying the person who perpetrated the Las Vegas shooting was. I'm just saying, in general, I want to receive 72 virgins.
It's just
virgin olive oil, maybe.
Blank,
I would die.
That's how I want to die. Blunt force trauma to the head.
Amy, how about you? How do you want to die? Quietly in your sleep one day.
Yeah.
Old age. That's how I want to die. Actually.
Yeah.
That could suck.
Why?
I want to ride a fucking motorcycle off of my jet.
Because technically you can't die of old age.
I want to die.
You can only die of organ
Complications.
failure.
I want to.
Like literally, there's no number.
Old. That's how I want to be dying.
Well, no, like be like in your sleep.
In my sleep.
My prediction, like
That could be
how
wrong.
if we're gonna predict how we actually are gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live to be about probably like 60, maybe like 65. I'm gonna find out that I have either Alzheimer's or some other terminal disease, and then
That's not cool.
I'm gonna like not tell anyone, I'm gonna just go around and spend one last good day with everyone that I love and care about,
I've seen this movie.
and then
Yeah, I was gonna
walk out into a field and blow my brains out with a shotgun.
And
Oh.
Andrew has said this scenario many times. Like, I like how it's like, I hope that I'm diagnosed with Alzheimer's so that I can spend one last good day with everybody and then blow
Yeah.
my fucking head off.
I'm thinking
Totally.
But the thing is, like, it's like, you could blow your head off at any point, but the Alzheimer's is like, it's so I don't lose my dignity.
Yeah.
Well, it's partly that's also because, like, I mean, I think my dad died very suddenly, and as awful and traumatic as that was, I prefer that I have the memory of him as he was, not like wasting away for months and months and months. And like, if I was to choose how I would want to be remembered by the people I leave behind, it would be I want to go to my own terms.
It's way preferable, you'd say, yeah.
Because at least then it's like I'm choosing to go out suddenly, so it's like there's still the element of like choice.
Oh, I shouldn't say I've heard that. I've seen that, I guess, with a lot of people who are like, who do have like very gradual terminal illnesses. Like a lot of people say that it's like they don't. None of them say like I wish I was dead, but they just say that it's like they wish there was some way that they could be remembered for like what was going on before the terminal started. And there's a movie that came out recent in the last like 2 years, that a beautiful movie, and it was it's about a woman who suffers from early onset Alzheimer's. She's like 50, which is very early for Alzheimer's. Fucking what's the red head? Who did I say you look like that one time?
I don't
You don't remember? Sorry.
Mila Kunis.
No. Gee, I'm not Mila Kunis. The redhead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You think she looks like Mila Kunis?
Sure.
Why not?
I think you look like Mila Kunis. The redhead. She was in the new
Amy
Kingsman
Adams.
movie. No, Amy Adams is
Julianne
Redhead.
Moore.
That's all I know.
Julianne Moore. That's the one.
You said she looks like Julianne Moore?
That's what he said.
I think Julianne Moore is very. I don't understand why.
She's
everybody
also like fucking
Yeah.
60.
No, I'm not like. I'm saying like Julianne Moore in her prime, like when 35-year-old Julianne Moore.
Oh.
Like in the 80s?
Nice to know all of you.
I
Anyway,
don't think it's a bad thing. I think
I'm
Julianne Moore's
thinking
beautiful.
probably
She's like. She still looks beautiful.
inoperable colorectal cancer, 34.
But no, I wanted to say about the movie that I
You?
saw.
Oh yeah.
No.
No, Julianne Moore was in a movie. In the movie, she suffers from early onset Alzheimer's, and she's like 50. She's like late 40s, maybe. Anyway, watch the movie. It's beautiful. It's called like Being Alice or something, and it's about how she's like a hyper intelligent. She's like she works at a university. And she teaches like a class, and she teaches it's amazing. Like while she's going through the stage of Alzheimer's, she is in a very unique position where she's able to recognize what is happening. And so she can she teaches classes to people like who also have to experience Alzheimer's. It's an amazing movie. Like it makes you, if you ever want to understand Alzheimer's a little bit better, like understand like the stages or like what happens to people. It's a really good movie to watch. I think it's like becoming Alice.
Becoming Amy.
It's called Amy. No, I think it's called Becoming Alice or like something Alice. But
Excellent.
and Julianne Moore's in it. It's a beautiful movie. I think it's very probably good to watch.
Well,
Julianne Moore is beautiful.
Okay, what is final question for the podcast tonight? What is Amy's favorite brand of chewing gum?
I don't like
I
that.
have no fucking idea.
Okay, that's a bad one. What is Amy's preferred brand of toothpaste?
I also have no idea.
I'm gonna say Crest.
Guess.
I don't want to guess. This is gonna be wrong. Colgate.
Yeah.
He did it, ladies and gentlemen.
That
Thank you
was
very much for
Sean
joining
Dart.
us. I'll be dead at 34
Mine is-
by inoperable colorectal cancer.
Really?
Yes.
Mine is too.
Oh
What?
my gosh. Sensitive.
Brad's made fun of me for using Sensodyne.
Oh, Kelsey's a Sensodyne.
No, but you've told me that I'm a fuckhead for using Sensodyne.
Well, I just like making fun of you all the
Sensodyne
time.
is light.
Brad likes making fun of everybody all the
What
time.
color?
It's sensitive. I don't know. Sensitive.
No, but there is a
I
color.
have no idea.
Is it
Gray?
Is it white?
Yeah.
He likes the tricolor.
Nope. There is no tricolor Sensodyne. I like the green one.
Thank you, Teeth Go Grind.
So there's a reason that certain couples don't make it, and this isn't why. These guys are super good.
That's good.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
But I mean, I did forget her birthday.
Oh, that
Thanks
was a
for having
brutal
us,
episode.
Amy.
Big time forgot her birthday.
Thanks for having us, Amy.
Thanks for having me here
And to Andrew,
Show.
cheers, bud. Cheers to being alone.
Never forget it.
That's how I like it.
I'll be back and be like, what's my birthday?
June
You should maybe
21st.
punch me for
What's my birthday?
July 27th.
What?
June 27th,
Oh.
you fucking idiot.
No.
See?
Yes.
The same as my son.
No, we're doing her again.
Did I actually fuck it up again?
You
Yeah.
fucked up the month.
This time I'm upset.
Are you guys?
No, you
You fucked it up.
We can
You
check
said
the date.
July 27th. Her birthday is June 27th.
You
Are you guys fucking with me?
no, not even a little bit.
No.
No hesitation. July 27th.
Yeah,
I know that's what I said,
Yeah, it's
and
June.
I was wrong.
yeah.
It's June 27th.
June.
Drew was born in June.
On the same day.
I can't believe I fucked that up. I actually was telling myself the entire.
We should have a joint
Podcast.
next year. We should have a
No,
joint
no, no.
party.
Yeah,
You know what I was telling myself the whole podcast?
on the
I
27th
don't
of July.
No. Because like when I first guessed, what was the month that I guessed?
July.
July.
The entire the whole podcast was like I was telling myself. You said June, so you know it's July. I was telling myself that the entire podcast.
Well, bottoms up for the camera, because you fucked up big time. You were 30 days off.
Maybe more. Is one of them 31 days?
June's 30 days, right?
30 days half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31,
So
excepting February.
that has.
So much.
That's all I know. February is a weird month. I know
On
that.
his own terms.
No.
Yes.
I didn't get to decide this.
Well, you could have decided the answers right.
All right. Bye.
Good night, guys.